channel. Welcome back to the stream. I do apologize for generally for anyone on YouTube. I do apologize for that brief cutoff into another new video. I do apologize for that. I don't know what happened, but for whatever reason, OBS crashed through. I have no idea why. It is no weird, but I am trying to ensure that I do apologize to see you for a moment. I do apologize that this is happening off camera. OBS decided to crash all of a sudden while I'm setting up. So technically it only affected anyone who's on YouTube because it probably started a stream, stopped the stream, and now it's starting a new stream. So I gotta fix that later when I have a chance. But anyway, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the stream. This is Sword Striker 381, back with some more Sword Art Online, Hollow Realization, the Deluxe Edition for the Switch. Last stream, we decided to grab our man Basara, decided to upgrade some stuff. I was also in the middle of trying to do something. Yeah, trying to see if I can get this thing to go again. Oh, and I need to get a blood element. Yes. And speaking of which, now that I remember, can I confirm this slot? streak at least once, so it could be on par with agility. And then the rest onto SP. Or no, we take like, let's see. I'm trying to think. Only strength, or I can do one strength and the rest SP. That would be 45. 45. Make it 288. Kind of a nice round number. I don't mind that, I guess. I can try to get everything to 200, but I don't think it would be a good idea because it requires roughly 25. I only get 50 points to work with. I can get agility there, but strength will not get there. It's okay, so it's a strength AGI sword. A lot is going into this. And also I might want to re-roll those two swords. I don't want to re-roll too much. The SP should be the same. It's the strength, dex or vitality, and the agility or vitality or dex that I need to worry about. Like, is this set or is this, or can I increase this a little more, their stats? Well, if I do upgrade these, I definitely know what stat I'm gonna go after for this one. That's for sure. Yep, I'm gonna go after that vitality for sure. Now this one I'm gonna go after the dex for sure. I might try to re-roll them at a later date. So I do want strength at least once, but we want to get the SP. Flex stun. Oh, I have to flex stun for that one. Only 8 source skill connects. 8 hit source skill connects. I think that those are pretty easy for me to do on any weapon, really. I want to get strength at least once. Okay. You don't want to attack because nothing needs to attack, and even if it did, I want to complete this too. And I guess I need to finish this one off too. Okay. So we have our orders. We need blood. We need light. Need to finish that off. And that off. Get the elements. Okay, so you probably saw the title. Yes, there is a plan to actually go after. to go into the DDD today, but I will be honest, I am not 100% sure if that will happen. In which case, it's probably gonna become rage bait at this point, which I don't like doing. I really don't, because I really do have plans to go in. It's just that I am not ready. But at some point, I have to be ready, right? Also, again, can anyone hear me properly? Anyone who's listening to this, please let me know if you can hear me properly, or if the volume is still or what. I almost went into the ground. What the hell? Play day. Yeah, I see it. Not blind to it yet. Ultimate first. What's up, food? I don't even know what they are.
シリカ行きますよ。行きます。これで決めます。シリカこれで決める。これで決める。これで決める。行くぞ。連携行きます。シリカこれで決める。これで決める。あれ受けたわよ。これで決める。行くぞ。行くぞ。行きます。これで決める。行くぞ。行くぞ。くらいなさい。次よろしく。ここです。最高だ。
Not again. Lava Drake, Lava Drake. Lava Drake, Lava Drake. Let's go after the Lava Drake. Go take some honey. Probably overlook my pretty. This is gonna take some cunning. No. Oh, my cunning. Whatever. Pretty obvious what we're going into. lights off. So I go into this building. $163. Well, the heat source can connect, but I don't think I can get there. Need the parry. Need that blood. Need that light. I need everything up in here. Oh, I should have went to get that light first. Oh well, it happens. I could have did this a while ago. Can't believe I did it. Awaken. I will have to get that order again to use it on my other. Yeah, I could have did that anytime. I can't believe I did it. Doesn't do anything to its stats that I'm aware of. It just awakens it and allows you to use the skill for the skill it gives you for awakening a Paragon weapon for the first time, which is the ancient conversion one, which I guess I should use. Where the hell am I? Oh, no, don't burn me, don't burn me. I don't want to be burned. Where is the bus? Not this way, that way. There we are.
行くぞ。頼みましたよ。シリカ。任せてください。これで決める。これで決める。これで決める。ここで行くぞ。行きます。
Power of blood. Guess I didn't get a parry going long enough. can be in orders to farm a ton of gold pieces. It's basically more like late game. Late to end game, I guess you could say. Oh wow, whatever, just sitting right here, but do I need it? That's gonna be the issue, do I even need it? I want it, but do I need it? And the answer is no. Really? Every now and then, I don't know why it keeps doing that. Oh, there we go. Now it's going properly. Good job. Would that count towards? It counts, alright. Storm Team. And while we're at it, yes, I could do that. But that's more for AGI. Let's go stupid rank up. Oh yeah, baby. Also, no, palette. circular burst is the AoE that you get. Okay. That's not what I meant to do. Let me see if I can chain into this. Not even. But it's doable. I'll try this configuration for a while. I like using the AoEs. Plus, if it gets difficult, then I'll just switch back to the other one. Really? None of them What am I missing? What am I missing? Parry, okay. And the multiplier. go.
行くぞ。限界行きます。これで死ぬ。これで決める。これで決める。行くぞ。行くぞ。チャンスだ。これで決める。ここです。任せて。これで決める。甘いです。任せてください。一緒に行くわよ。行くぞ。やったわ。甘い。行くぞ。
Tougher because I haven't used this configuration. It's just for short. Semi-winning spirit. Oh, at least this one. Oh, 18. Oh, because I need 18, I'm gonna go back to my old configuration. Yeah. Gotta go back to the old configuration for a while. There's some fire wind. Hits sword skill combo. The goddess statue. I cleared out 3 orders. You get 4 more light and to that. all day, every day. I can get retraced right here. And sometimes you can get demonic remains from them. Infinity potions sitting down there. I will not be going after the Astro Armors, but if anyone wants to go after them, there's some legit ones here that you can get. They're basically similar to any legendary equipment you get from those high level area dungeons from the 3 areas: Villa, Castle, North Tundra, and the Elion Wood Domain. Like similar, yeah. I would need to do the Paragon again at some point. Trying to think. Starter's Requiem is a pretty good one for Sigmateers. Should work on the rapier version of Metal Rosaria. At some point. Anyone want this? Dancing Tempest. Weird as a one-hit skill, but then again. Sword skills, then 12 hit combos. Those are pretty easy for me to do with dagger. Just sword skills. That one's gonna be a lot. Use just sword skills too often. But we'll attempt it. We'll attempt it. We'll attempt it. No promises, but we'll attempt it. This will take a while. Parries. Chain combo. Wiggling revealers. SP, strength, dex, agility, HP based allied skill attack, and SP based attack with PvE only. I mean, look at it, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have it. Oh, I don't have enough room. Okay. Fair enough then. Cause I literally only needed like 2 when I rerolled this one. I might want to reroll this one. Am I not coming in properly? Mr. 10 years in the joint. Interesting name. Apologies, I was trying to read something that popped up into my feed. Is it not showing up on YouTube? I'm playing Sword Art Online Hollow Realization. Or maybe you just have it in the background and you're not sure what's going on. Oh, yeah, that's fine. I did double check. I should be streaming without issues, or is there an issue going on? But either way, if you can, let me know if the mic or if the game volumes are not right. Oh, okay. Let's see. How to do a good brief on this. Basically, it's an RPG game that's open world. That's centered around the Sword Art Online anime Although I guess you could say the game verse. Game volume is a little loud? Okay, that's a little understandable. I've been trying to adjust these volumes for a while now. I haven't reviewed the last stream I did, so I haven't been able to look at it yet. But let's see. Lower it. Yeah, because this particular game, for whatever reason, is super loud compared to all my other games that I've played. See if I can lower that a little bit. I did lower it pretty well over here on OBS. If it's still too loud, let me know. I might have to lower the game volume a little bit. In game. My mic volume is almost maxed out. Oh, we good? Okay, cool. Thank you. No, I always want the input of the viewers because I want to make sure that the volumes are at least at an acceptable rate for anyone who's watching or viewing the stream. Cause I want everyone to have a good time when they come in. But yeah, just a rundown. Basically, the game is an RPG story and the main story of this RPG was basically reliving the world of Aincrad being reimagined in a new game where we level up and go through the main campaign, which is the goddess story, which we inadvertently started without anyone knowing. And then of course the usual bad guy comes, tries to want to destroy the world, we end up saving the world, but in the process we had to take on a boss that was unlike anything we've ever seen before. And now we're in the, I guess you could say, DLC or endgame of where our main goal now is to try to take on the deep data domain, or as everyone calls it, the Infinity Dungeon. And right now I'm just preparing because the last time I tried to take on the Infinity Dungeon and got to floor 100, I got creamed. And part of the reason is because I kind of went in there a little unprepared. So I do apologize if this is kind of boring to anyone. But I am trying to see if I can work my magic to get everything up as soon as possible so we can finally take on said dungeon at our full potential. Yeah, I know. The oldest one that I'm aware of on console will be Sword Art Online Hollow Fragments, or Re-Hollow Fragments if you're using the PS4 version. But I would not suggest starting with that, because that one's more for like hardcore people who are SAO fans, because it technically follows the lore of the anime more, but with its own game-verse story, if that makes any sense. Because basically it starts you off where the anime technically, somewhere in the anime where everyone's at floor 75, but then from there that's when its own story takes place, and where instead of being logged out after defeating Heathcliff, we're stuck and now have to take on the remaining 25 levels of Aincrad because some weird glitchiness happened in Aincrad that forced the game to continue. And once more, now anyone who goes to floor 76 now cannot go back to any floors below 75. But it's basically the oldest version of what this game is, except this game does it better because the palette system in Hollow Fragments was kinda and then the combat system's kinda because in Hollow Fragments there was no such thing as max sword skill connects like in this game. I think it was called original sword skills, which didn't make sense to me. But yeah, that's the oldest one on console that I can remember. On mobile there's different ones, but most of them has shut down at this point. Let's see. So honestly, if you had a PS4, or if somehow you're able to, on Steam, the oldest SAO game that I would say you should start off with, believe it or not, is Sword Art Online Lost Songs. That one you could pretty much have a good time with. Because, honestly, you can start there and you don't really necessarily need to have an idea of how the story goes or how the anime is supposed to go, since everything from there on is basically gameverse. The only thing is that when you get to Daydream, that is when things get confusing. Fractured Daydream, for anyone who's following one or the other, because the problem is that Daydream goes against what they were going from other games that they were doing, and is trying to mix the game verse with the anime verse, because Daydream is basically the anime verse with its own story added in. Sorry, thought I heard something. But Fractured Daydream is trying to follow the anime storyline along with its own original storyline from the anime side, while also trying to include the game verse, because okay, this would be kind of spoilers for anyone who has not played the games or know who these characters are, because let me see if I can show you. Cause see, the game story has the inclusion of players such as Straya and Philia, and even Yuki to a certain extent, because the Gameverse introduced them for the Gameverse exclusive storyline. Now, in hindsight, Yuki did exist in the anime, but was killed off early. Let's be clear there. Philia, to our acknowledgement, does exist, but we do not. But as far as the anime verse goes, if you follow the anime, we do not see her ever, as of now. And Argo is mentioned, but we only see her like once. Same thing with Premier and Taya, they're gameverse, but that makes sense because they're exclusive to this game. Rain and Seven apparently do exist in the anime, but we do not meet them. But again, they exist in the game-verse version of the story, not the anime storyline. So Fractured Daydream is trying to include both sides, but it gets very confusing, especially when you know that they're supposed to know each other. Particularly Straya, because Straya, like I said, is gameverse because she was introduced in Hollow Fragments, or I guess that mobile version of the game, where she is basically similar to Yui, except she ends up corrupting a player data of a player that existed in the beta, whose ID did exist in Sword Art Online, but never logged in. Which ironically, we would probably meet that character later on in the anime. Oh. I'm gonna assume you subscribe. Thank you so much for the subscription. Thank you so much for subscribing, man. But yeah, that's where the things get a little complicated with Fractured Daydream there. But yeah, like, you play Fatal Bullet, great, because that's a great original storyline game just for that. That kind of includes a little bit of the anime, but you don't need to know the anime to follow. So yeah, I think Fatal Bullet was a really good game for you to start, if that was where you started. But yeah, if you just want to like have some fun, then I say you could start with Lost Songs. You started in Fatal Bullet, which is actually a good one. There's also, as I mentioned, Hollow Realization, which I'm playing now. There's also Excel World vs Sword Art Online. In Japan, it's Excel World vs Sword Art Online Millennium Twilight. That one follows. That one follows more of Lost Songs combat system, because the combat systems are different in each game. The only one I would stay wary of is Alicization Like Chorus, and I guess Last Recollection, because it's supposed to be a sequel to it. Only because as far as the story goes, in Alicization Like Chorus, the story is good, but the gameplay is a little Oh, you're into the shooter type. Okay, so that's why you play Fatal Bullet. Okay, but no, that's good, because in all honesty, you don't need to know any SAO effects beforehand to play. And since it basically follows your own character, basically your own created character, and not Kirito this time, you're able to enjoy the game without needing to know too much about SAO. It helps, but you don't need to know, because basically the game basically helps you figure out some things as far as who's who in the game along the way, if you're paying attention. And I'm just rambling now. But no, I like this. I like being able to engage to engage the viewers like this. I like it, because it makes good conversation, and you know, if anything, may even give some people some ideas on things they might not have thought about before. Well, I wish they would have finished Fatal Bullet properly, but they didn't, unfortunately. Like, the game started off really strong when it first came out, and hell, there was a big following for it, so big that there was even communities for this stuff. But then, you know, a lot of the communities started getting toxic. And yeah, like the community ended up getting toxic around the time. I should know because I was around there, and unfortunately, yeah, it got a little hectic. And then towards the end of, I guess you could say, the game's lifespan of people putting so much attention to it, they ended up putting a last-ditch effort update, which honestly it seemed half-baked, and it just kind of killed the game afterwards. I mean, it's not terrible, it's just, it felt like they rushed it, and there was supposed to be at least one more DLC for the game, but it never happened because unfortunately the staff that worked on Fatal Bullet unfortunately was pulled from it and had to be put onto a different game, was forced to put their focus on Realization like Chorus at the time. So the update with the I might be spoiling this so be aware what I'm about to say might be spoiling it if you haven't gotten to that point. But that's where the Abyssal Dungeon update came from. Kind of rushed, and it just, and you could tell it was rushed because if you play it to the end, it gives you a little snippet of the storyline for the next game that came after it, which was Realization like Chorus, but it was rushed. You could tell it was rushed out, and not to the team's fault, because I think if the team was allowed to, they would have put a lot more into it, and they would have gotten that extra DLC out, and the game would have been complete, and it would have been a nice finish to it. But chances of that are very, very slim, especially since the next game coming out, I don't know if you heard, is Echoes of Aincrad, which basically follows the story of Aincrad, but from your created character's viewpoint. So yeah, basically you get to create a character just like in Fatal Bullet, although I'm gonna guess it's gonna be more towards, like, it basically follows a storyline that like in Fatal Bullet, but it follows the storyline in Aincrad, or basically Hollow Fragment or something like that, if you want to consider it that. And I'm standing still too long. Okay, what was I doing? Alright. Got dark. I was looking to see if I needed dark anywhere. Don't look it. But yeah, chances of doing another Fatal Bullet, very slim. I don't think they'll revisit the world of GGO like that. The closest you'll get now is Fractured Daydream if you play one of the gun characters, but Even so, I'm willing to bet it still doesn't feel right. Oh, I need wind, a lot of wind. The wind. It's very windy. Barabushki. Okay, let me stop because right now I don't know if I'm offending it. Okay, so I need to find wind. Wind. And spirit, I guess. Fire. Ground. Nope. I want to find it in the high-low areas. Where is my wind? I want my wind. Guess I would have to eventually. Blood, fire. Need to parry. I do need to reset these things, so. But yes, it's true, most of the JRPGs pretty much focus around sword combat, yeah. Yeah, I get you. I'm not against it, but I get you. Like, give me a change of pace every now and then. Yeah, that was Fatal Bullet. A great change of pace. I guess another JRPG that you can play that's not sword focused, although people will probably give me gripe about this, is Pokemon. If you wanted to play Pokemon. Although I'm not so sure about the recent releases of Pokemon. I haven't played them yet. And judging from how it's being marketed and all, I might not play it ever. Legend ZA. Yeah, some people are enjoying this, so I guess. I ran out of SP. Excuse me a moment. Sorry about that. Had to plug something in real quick. Ooh, almost got that parry. Which way am I going? I lost place of where I was going. Wow. Oh, wow. I confused myself. Okay. Let's use this for a little bit. Oh, someone leveled up. Yay! But I'm a little mad because I can't get that 16 hit score skill combo connect. 18 I mean, 18, sorry.
最高だ。
はい、わかりました。回復します。
Let's see here. Alright, I took care of that, but I still need a wind element. And then I need to take on the immortal one 3 more times. I did get some 8 hit source skill combos. That's good. Need to work on that SP a little bit. I need wind in more than one way. Yeah, I need to reset all these enemies at some point. No way I got a 18 hit source skill combo. Nope, I did not even come close. I'm gonna need to go find some wind. Got to go back to a previous area. I know I saw winds the other day here. Oh, there we go. There's one. But yeah, sorry that conversation ended up going from Sword Art to Pokemon all of a sudden. Didn't mean for that to happen. I guess technically another good game that you could probably play that I guess is not necessarily sword focused is the Persona series, but I would start with like Persona 3 Portable if you want to just get your feet wet into it. Persona 4 Golden if you love storyline. And I guess Persona 5 Royal or the original Persona 5, but although I would suggest playing Royal, not the original. Royal is available on pretty much any system. The original Persona 5 is only available on PlayStation if I'm not mistaken, or Steam. In fact, if you were to look at my Switch profile, you'd see how many hours I've put into Persona 5 Royal, all on its own. I'm not even joking. You'd be surprised. Right now you're probably thinking, why am I taking the time to take out all these enemies when they're weak as... Well, it's because I'm trying to... Because I'm also, while on my way, farming out materials. Not anything specific, but... Never hurts to farm out materials, because you'd be surprised how often you burn through your materials in this game if you're not careful, especially for when you're enhancing stuff. I've been at 1 HP for a while. My god. Is life conversion still on? Oh, that's why. Life conversion doesn't allow me to regen until it expires. for whatever reason, I'm not sure why.
Good job.
はいわかりました。
Crystal could be used on me though.
連携的に
Alright, we got that win going.
やるな。
はいわかりました。
Alright. Now let me check to see if the Immortal one has emerged. It's in the Volcanus Citadel. Oh, he did. We'll hop on that right now. So long as it doesn't despawn. Because those H&Ms tend to despawn every so often. Which makes it sad. So very sad. And we're Basara right now. My man Basara. The man who can recycle your materials well. Still there? Okay. We would need rock and light, but I did see that there's a lot. So let's go take on the Immortal one once more, baby. And then from here, this is where our patience is gonna have to be a virtue afterwards. Select the map, because it's better to do this online because he won't despawn so long as we found them in game. Whereas if I was to take him on normally, he would despawn and then it would take a while for him to respawn. I would have to move around the map, and yeah, it takes a while. So better to do this online where he can't despawn and go ham. Let me go sell those things off real quick.
いらっし
I don't need all that extra shit. This one would need like 4 upgrades in order to max out all the stats. This one I need to redo the Paragon at least once more.
また来
But I do say patience will be a virtue because the rerolled stats will be random. I don't think it will ever give me the max value on any one particular stat. It might do one stat, but it won't give it to me on like at best I'll be able to max one of the stats on the shield, but just one. The rest will probably need me to at least do 1 or 2 awakenings. Gotta take it on 3 times to get this. Okay. Okay, why is oh, come on, I was almost there. Wrong button. Oh, come on, you fucker. Seriously? Let me get to 16, but it won't let me get to 18. For that thing. Wow. Stubborn. Come on. Wow. 18 hit sword skill combo. Being a pain in the ass on dagger. Why 18? Why couldn't it just be 16? I never understood why they increased that. They made that 18. Two more times. Alright, this one has to be 18. Why is it not 16? 16 is a lot more manageable. Then again, I'm just complaining. Truth be told, probably I just don't have the reaction speed I used to have when I played this game a few years back. Yeah, I probably just don't have it anymore. I probably just don't have it like I used to. Shame. But what can you do? Can't fight getting older. No matter how much you want to try to. Alright. You know, honestly, my hope is that on the reroll that I do, it maxes out the HP. Why? So that way, I literally don't have to do too many awakenings. Come on. I timed that, wow. And it still didn't register. That's dumb.
いいぞ。
I time it. Why does it? Dude, I'm really does suck these days. Or the game is just not registering my input sometimes. Why does it do that?
最高だ。
It's like it purposely stops at 16 or 17. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I know it gets harder and harder the longer the chain goes, but give me a break. I know I'm hitting. SP. Stop stunning me.
ジョブ。
はいわかりました。
And I only need to do it 10 times, but man, it's hard to get to 18. It's rare to get to 20 these days. Ironically, a couple years back, I could get to 30 easily. But again, my reaction speed's probably not as great as it was a few years back. Even on my good days, I tend to only get to 20 max before somehow I break the chain and have to restart it. It's alright. Fuck you. That was a new combo I tried off, and it kind of worked. Not even gonna lie.
いいぞ。
はいわかりました。
Alright, we got our 3. Let's get the food out of here. Never hurts to have extra shield. Not the best Arctic Rage. Let's sell some of this stuff real quick. Okay. Let's get on. Let's go on and get. Because I'm going to need those elements. Rock and light, right? Rock and light. As one great man once said, let's rock it. I need to find rock, and I need to find light. If I could find one of those on the ground, even better. Water, which actually is not a bad thing. I will need water again eventually. Wind, which I do kind of need. Oh, come on, I know there's rocks. I saw some earlier. There's light, yes. We'll have to hope I find rock on the ground, maybe. Otherwise, another area I need to go to. Open chest. Power crystals. Power crystals?
Ikso!
頼みましたよ。
行くぞ！行くぞ！
シリカ。
行くぞ！
行きますよ。行くわよ。次、よろしく。ナイスですね。行くぞ。甘いです。
最高だ！これで決める！行くぞ！これで決める！
That was easy. The power of light is mine. Light the way. Now I need to find the rock. Well, Earth, to be more precise. Because it's the rock. Demonic Grazer King. Okay, I guess we'll go after you. For the rock. Or Earth. Elemental. Alright, I guess it's Kami. I think his name was Kami. From Captain Planet was say, let all powers combine. Off! Okay, let me stop. Although I did like Captain Planet when I was growing up. Unfortunately, couldn't watch the whole series as a whole in entirety.
最高だ！
どうかしまし
Only
た
got to
か。
see snippets of episodes of it, but I kind of liked it. I really did as a kid growing up. I would love to rewatch the old series just so I can see where it went and how it ended.
行くぞ行くぞこれで決めるこれで決める行くぞ行くぞこれで決める
Excuse me. Earth element get. Which means we're also heading back to town right after I open this chest. Because now comes everyone's favorite part. Not really, but you know, I guess the more boring part. Possible reloads. Right now, since the game only saves whenever you go to a new area, I'm going to a new area so that it saves the game and saves the progress from here. So if I need to reload, then oh, and I gotta unequip it too, so just so that I have a clean slate. Because again, with the shield, the first time you is a must because it needs to add the HP stat onto it, and then you have to do it one more time to get a good reroll, to reroll to increase the stats, and the increase on the stats will be random for shield. So let's see what we get. Not terrible, but let's see if we can go a little better. What we want to do is we want to close the game. Yes, close the game. Now I'm gonna allow it to back up at this time because it will only use the backup for the last save that it did, which was when we went into the marketplace. It will not save what I did just now. Now we reopen the game and see if we can get a better roll or not. Excuse me. Oh, my friend Julio clips on Pokemon Violet today. Surprised considering he works pretty late, from what I remember. See? It's as if we didn't do it. Any rerolls we do after this will be completely random. Did it do the same reroll? Try this again. Weird. That almost looks similar. I thought the rerolls were random, not set. Like the stat boost I should be getting should be random. It looked like it was the same one. It's the same one. What the fuck? Is it expecting me to do it again? Like, what the fuck? Well, okay. The information I got is bogus then. Cause that's the exact same reroll. Okay, the information I got was bogus. Cause it said it's supposed to be a random. It's supposed to be a random stat boost. That is not random, that is set. That's 3 times I did that. Should I do it one more time just to see? Nah, I'm not even gonna bother. At this point it is what it is. Okay.
もちろんよ。喜んで。
Go take a rest, boss.
ま
Right?
たね。
どうしたの？
Oh, I gave you one already.
あれ？どうしたの？大切にするわ。
Yeah, you could take that.
「もちろんです。光栄です。またね。」どうしました？大切にします。どうしました？
Why does I want to give her the Nova Flash? It's not ready. It needs at least one awakening. Shield needs 4 awakenings. That I think she should be fine.
うしました。
Having a exciting chat about nothing in particular has refreshed feelings. All support skills, okay, yeah. I don't know how I feel about that. Well, we do want defense. She could use more defense. So I know exactly what I'm gonna give her. I know exactly which one I'm gonna give her. There's an SP, but in the process, she'll be safe. Okay, so I know what she will be. It never hurts to make her more tanky, but let's see which she benefit from more. I wanna say
少し話さない？もちろん。喜んで。またお願いします。どうしたの？
I think she's good on that.
あれ
Silica's the last one I want to look good. Oh, there she is. She's buffer, so... she's tank, so she doesn't necessarily need to be healing, but healing's not a bad thing. Okay, that's what we want. We want her to be fiery. Is it gonna disappear on me? Oh man, did she disappear on me? No wait, that's it right there.
もちろんです。いいんですか？またね。
See you, Elizabeth. Have a change of heart. Leader. Okay. this would work against her. This is more in her favor. Big improvement. I think I'll reshuffle those. Debuffer here. Okay, that works. And we can do this multiple times. Okay. Shield's gonna take a while to work on. But the good news is, I don't think we need to worry about this shield for a while. Okay, so it's evident that we probably will not be taking on the dungeon today. Oh god. Last two titles were big lies. That's basically rage bait. And I don't like doing that. I really don't. Phantom Foot. That reminds me, I need to farm out the main bosses. Because I'm realizing that are pretty good. They're pretty good. Alright, because I want to know if I get my items back or not, I'm going to okay. And once again, he's
Domo.
but first, let's check out her. Yeah, she sucks.
Arigatou.
Domo.
Apparently, this guy is good at recycling too. Super good and has growth potential, but precision kind of technique is weak. Knowledge sucks. But he does have blessing.
ありがとな。どうも。進化させるんだな。強化するんだな。
Kinda set it for a specific person. Who that person is, I won't know yet. Let's get a code going. Yep, it did. Okay. While I'm here,
いらっしゃ。
hurts me to do that, but gotta start selling some of this stuff, I really do. cleaned up a little bit. Okay.
また来
Get a little cleanup. Okay, cool. Been meaning to do that for a while now. Engage.
強化するんだな。うまくいった。ありがとな。
Alright. I know it seems tedious, but we're doing this so that we can keep track of whether items get recycled or not. Because it gets a little crazy later down. So I try to do it this way so that way I can easily keep track of it and make sure that I'm able to recycle most, if not all, my material. As far as I know that once we get to like 7 or 8, I won't be able to save all my materials. I will end up having to use at least one of the 4 materials. There we go. Okay. Back down so the game saves. I know it's tedious, it feels tedious, but it's a good way of saving your resources. And Buster's right here, so it's only like 2 seconds. Up, it used up something. See? With that, we can close the game. Give it a chance to back up. Give it a chance to back up. Okay, it backed up. Now let's start the game again. And do that again. Because yeah, the more items it requires, the more likely it will not recycle everything. Now, I've tested this numerous times, and from what I can see, recycle up to 3 items that's used up, but not 4. Although, if anyone can confirm, please let me know. But I've noticed that I can only seem to recover maximum 3 types of materials used, not 4. So that's why I have no problem resetting there. If it is possible to recover all 4, please let me know, because that would be very helpful.
まくいった。
Baron.
ありがとな。
Only one. Okay. See, I know it can do more than one, so come on. Alright, let's do this one more. Let's do this again.
どうも。 強化するんだな。
Okay, let's try this again.
うまくいった。 ありがとな。
There we go. While we're here, let's give him some emotions. Yes.
どうしまし
どうも。 強化するんだな。 うまくいった。 ありがとな。
Alright. My man Basara with the plane.
どうも強化するんだな。うまくいった。ありがとな。
Buenos días, Yanni. Ok, está bien. Ya, mañana te lo llevo. Ok.
¿Quién es ese?
El del carro.
Epson.
El del carro.
どうも強化するんだな。うまくいった。ありがとな。
恥ずかしかったです。
どうも強化するんだな。
Let me look that up. Can I save every item?
ありがとな。
Mire, por eso ella no debió de haberle dejado ese apartamento a él, ella no debió de haber hecho eso. Porque ese apartamento José se lo vendió a ella. Si por ejemplo Gladys muere, ya ella acaba todo.
Shut that damn thing off.
Y yo dónde fue a quedar algo aquí. Que tiene que ir.
Ya pues. Ay, 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 alcohol.
どうも。強化するんだな。うまくいった。ありがとな。
¿Ves? La iglesia y el cementerio son dos. Ya, la iglesia, el cementerio.
You gotta have to see me for a few minutes. Let me just get it back onto the game. Okay, and I'm back. Sorry about that. Had to deal with something real quick.
どうも
But yes, as
ど
far
う
as
した
I...
んだ
Oop, I didn't mean to talk to you, Lazarus. My bad. I meant to engage you.
どうも強化するんだな
Honestly, I'll be fine losing the ores. I want all... Okay, because... Like I said before, it can't guarantee me getting all my materials back, but it can guarantee me getting most of my materials back. It means 3 out of 4. Yeah, from what I understand, with later enhancement, it's almost impossible to get all 4 back. In fact, from what I'm reading, from what I've looked up, and from what I can gather, the most amount of materials anyone can recycle is 3 different materials. Obviously, you get the entire amount that you used up of that material, but only 3 types of materials, 4 or more, and it only goes up to 4. And sadly, it will not recycle all of them. So the most we can get is 3, which is sad. So I guess we just have to choose which 3 we're willing to get back and which one we're willing to sacrifice. And for the most part, I am willing to sacrifice the items that I have a shit ton of, as long as it doesn't use up too much of it. But I will try to look it up again a little later to see if it is possible for a blacksmith that can recycle all materials. All 4. Probably is, especially if you can...
どうも
You can level them up to a higher level, probably.
強化するんだな うまくいったありがとな
Yeah, we'll accept that. Okay, farming does in sector feelers a lot. Now, before I wouldn't farm them at all. Now I'm farming them like hell. But definitely for transforming, you definitely want to use Basra or any blacksmith whose recycle percentage is basically all the way.
どうも
Yep. Basically, Basra or any blacksmith whose recycling percentage is there, basically at its maximum potential, you'll want to consider. Now obviously you also want to consider the other stats, such as like their precision, their acknowledgement, their growth potential, and technique if possible. Technique not necessarily necessary with Master Stroke now, but definitely also consider their craft skills. Like if you could get one with the right parameters and has like maybe intuition, weapon or armor smithing depending on what you're working on. Maybe Artisan's Pride. Maybe Tenacity. Revenge kinda useless now. Empathy I guess would be a good one. Reliable. Because I believe that also works with Master Stroke. These are oriented for things that don't have that don't already have 3 potential abilities. Perseverance sounds like a good one. Increases chance of additional buff attachment, which is actually a good thing. Discerning Eye, I guess, depending on the situation. Awakening and Blessing, one of the 2 would be good. Smithing Smarts, yes, you want Smithing Smarts. That works well with Master Stroke. Scrap Master, yes, definitely. And I guess Quick Study. Oh. Didn't mean to do that.
強化するんだな。うまくいった。ありがとな。
Okay. Seven. 15, 20, 25, 30 minus 30 on SP. No, 30 on strength, sorry, 30. 195 to... Oh wow. Recipe, but screw it. Then that means we're going to be working on this for a bit. honestly, I am not too upset about. Okay, so I got my marching orders. Head back to the teleport gate closet where we can end it for today. Now, as an added bonus, let's clean up.
またのご来店。どうもどうも
Pick it up. See what they want.
Hello? Hello?
Did you pick up or did you hang up?
Hello? Yes?
That's a machine.
どうも。どうも。どうも。
Explode! I'll figure it out. Yeah, I'll figure it out. I'm ready to end it for the day. Should have ended a little sooner. But that's where I'm going to call it for the day. Let's see. I want to thank you all for watching the stream. Shout out to Mr. 10 Years in the Joint for coming through over on YouTube. If you want to know when I'm streaming, just hit the purple follow button over on Twitch, on Rumble. If you enjoyed the video, like and hit the follow over there. On YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Thanks once again for coming through, and I'll see you all next time.